Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Apollyon back with Legacy of Discord. I hope you're all doing good. So today video is gonna be all about the gold mounts and their auras and how can you basically get immune to the aura effects here for a few seconds and avoid the effect like silence, freeze, paralyze and more. So yeah, let's go and find out all the ways we can avoid these effects in game and learn something new. So the first and the cheapest way to get immune to aura effects like silence, paralyze and freeze is the ultimate weapon here, the first one. If you use this ultimate weapon, it will give you control immunity for 5 seconds, and for 5 seconds you will not get effects like flee, silence and paralyze, and you can go in and fight without getting affected by those negative effects. The next way you can avoid most of the negative effects on you is from getting the gold pet inhibitor here. You will able to avoid most of the negative effects for 3 seconds when you are getting attacked, and it will help you fight people with the auras and not get affected. After Anubutan, we have another pet here which will help you against the aura effects and not get affected by those. Draconiid is another pet which will able to help you. If you go to the Inscribe here and check out the second skill here, it will say that there is a 6% chance to become immune to control effects for 3 seconds. So for 3 seconds you will be absolutely immune to all the effects of the aura and not get affected and being able to fight back. And there is another dark gold pet here which will help you too. If we go all the way down and go to the Vexona here and go to the Inscribe skill here, on the first skill here you can see when affected by silent, confused, stunned or paralyzed, there is a 20% chance to transfer the debuff to nearby enemy. So this is another way to get not affected by the aura effects and end up transferring that effect back to someone else who is in close range of you. But anyways, let's keep on learning more ways to get immune or avoid the aura effects. The next way to absolutely avoid and get immune and avoid all the effects from the aura or anything else on you is from the Galactic armory, the second avatar. If you go to the skill here and read it, it says after using ultimate skill recover 50 rage and become immune to control effects and other negative effects for 6 seconds. Now the duration is gonna be depend on what level you have the avatar upgraded to. In my case I have it on level 10, so I can avoid the effects for 6 seconds and get immune to auras. And it also means if anyone is throwing their black holes at me, it won't affect me, it won't stop my ultimate skill, and they are gonna get the damage from my ultimate and they won't able to stop me with knockdown, black hole, silence, paralyze or anything. It's not gonna affect me. The only way there would be to stop me is by killing me, and no other negative effects or control effects will work on me for 6 seconds. But anyways, let's go and see the next way to avoid the aura effects. The next way to avoid the aura effects or the control effects on you is from the gold mount aura goes here. If you go to the last skill here, you can read when affected with paralyzed, silence, lose, confused or others control effect, there is a 15% chance to transfer the effect to nearby enemy. So if you get affected with those effects, there is a 15% chance you will end up not getting affected and transferring that effect back to that enemy or someone around you. So this is another way to avoid all those effects. Next we have another gold mount here called Orc Magi here, which can help you avoid most of the negative effect and control effects on you. Let's go to the skills and go to the fifth skill here. Let's max this out. So there's a 15% chance to avoid most stun and other negative effects for 4 seconds. So this is another way you can avoid the effects from the auras. It won't affect you and you will able to fight without getting affected by any stun, paralyze, freeze, silence or any negative effect. And all the things we have covered so far, they stack up. The more of the items you will get, the more chances of you fighting without getting any effects. But anyways, let's go and see what we have next. Next we have another gold mount here which will able to help you avoid most of the control effects. It's called Phoenix. Let's go to the skills and see which one is it. It's the fifth skill again. If we go to the skill and go all the way up to the level 30, we can read when the HP is below 50%, 15% chance to instantly recover 50% HP and become immune to most control effects for 2 seconds. This effect can trigger only once 30 seconds, but still this is something which will help you, especially when you are below 50% HP and make you immune and being able to fight back. So this is another way you can get immune to the most of the control effects and able to fight back. This skill is especially gonna be useful if you have some of the other talents which will able to help you fight against the aura and not get affected. But anyways, now let's go and see what is next and how can we avoid some more aura effects. Next we have another gold mount here which can help you avoid most of the negative effects from auras or anything else. This is the reason I got myself the elephant gold mount here, because of the skill. If you go to the sixth skill here, we can reach 20% chance to negate most of the control effects and increase movement speed by 40% for 3.5 seconds. This effect can only trigger once every 20 seconds, and I can personally tell you this effect is awesome. When I am playing the Skyfall now, I can clearly feel this skill. I don't get affected by auras as much anymore, and I can avoid most of the negative skill when this skill get activated, and my aura goes also help with that. But there are some more ways you can avoid the aura's effects and get immune. So let's keep learning. The next way to avoid most of the negative status effects on you is from the red mount Primos here. The divinity on this mount is pretty awesome, so let's go and check it out, how it can help us fight against the auras and get immune. So when attacked, there is a 14% chance to negate most of the negative status effects and increase your skill damage reduction by 20% for 5 seconds. So this is another very good way to avoid the negative status effects on you. Yeah, chances of triggering is not that high on the level 1, but if you can get this divinity to higher level, it's gonna be much better. But still is pretty awesome because you are getting so many negative effects on you all the time, so there is always 14% chance to get this divinity trigger each time you get one of those negative status effects on you. So this is another cheap way to get something good for yourself, and I would recommend you guys getting this red mount here because it's not the most expensive in game right now, and it's easier to get it right now on the events. But anyways, let's go and check out what else we have and how can we avoid more of the aura effects or get immune. Next we have another gold pet here. It's pretty new. It's called Flame Griffin, and if we go to the skills here and go to the last one and max it out, we can see there is a 35% chance to become immune to most controlled effects for 6 seconds. This effect can only trigger once every 15 seconds. So this is one of the best effects in game right now because the trigger chance is so high and you will get immune to the aura's effect for 6 seconds, and it can trigger every 15 seconds. So basically you can trigger this skill 4 times in 1 minute, and that is like basically keep you immune to all the aura effects if you can get this, and especially if you can stack this talent with some of the other things we have covered in this video. You will be basically immune to the aura effect most of the times and not getting affected. But the knockdown skill is still gonna work on you because it's still bugged or something. All these immune effect doesn't work versus the knockdown at the moment. Once you get knocked down, you don't get recovered from the knockdown even though you trigger the skills here. So I believe it's a bug. You should get recover and get back up and start fighting again when you trigger the skills here. But as of right now, if you get knocked down, you stay knocked down even if you still like trigger the skill, and I feel like it's a bug. But anyways, if you can stack up all the talents we have covered in this video, you will be basically immune to the all the control effects and negative effects and being able to fight back. And it won't matter how many gold mount or gold pass your opponent have, you won't get affected by those skills at all and being able to fight back without any issues. And the last, we have another gold mount here, Royal Carnage here. It doesn't really make you immune, but it will make your allies immune if they are in 80 range of you. So the last two skills here are something for the allies here. If we max this skill out here, we can see 20% chance to make allies within 80 range immune to most control effects and increase their total damage by 16% for 5 seconds. So these two skills are very similar. One skill increase your allies total damage and one skill increase the damage reduction, total damage reduction, but these both skill make them immune to control effects as well. And these are all the current talents we have in game which can help you avoid the aura effects, control effects, negative effects right now in game, and I'm sure we will get some more. We will see some more on the gold pass and maybe some on the tier 12 wings as well, but for that we have to wait and see. As of right now, these are all the ways you can avoid the aura effects on you, and I hope this video was helpful for you guys and you learned something new. But before I end this video, I'm gonna talk a little about something I saw yesterday. There were some people saying if you play the game on PC and use the Nox player, you can avoid all the negative effect by using the hotkeys. And I was surprised, how can you do that? Because I've been using Nox player for like over 2 years now, and I'm sure the people who watch my videos, watch my PvP video, they have seen me getting stuns, getting killed, getting silenced, getting knocked down. So I don't know how can you do that, and I am using the hotkeys myself. I'm using the macros, so I don't know how can you do that, but I'm gonna show you guys the hotkeys here which you can use in the Nox here. So the only useful hotkeys we have here is the D-pad here, and it's for the movement. You use this D-pad here for the movement. You use the keyboard, and SAWS is the keys on keyboard which help you do the movement around the map, and you can use your mouse to click the skills and use the skills and use your keyboard for the movement. So this is how it works. Right now I am using the keyboard here. I'm using keyboard keys here, and right now I'm using the mouse for the skills here. And these are all the hotkeys we have on the Nox, which is useful to play the game, and there is nothing else we can use right now. Maybe it is possible to use the Legacy of Discord original app to avoid some effects, but on Nox player you cannot do it. So it's like completely wrong to say that on the Nox player you can use some hotkeys and avoid the negative effect. And I will say it again, as you can see in my other PvP videos, I'm always getting knocked down, getting killed, getting silent, paralyzed, freeze myself, but I also able to get immune to some of those effects and able to fight back, and it has nothing to do with the Nox prayer. But anyways, I'm signing off now guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. And I really hope this video was helpful, and now you can get some of those stuff, even though most of the stuff is expensive, but still keep in mind those stuff will help you a lot more than some of the other stuff which we have in the game, because getting yourself immune or being able to avoid those aura effects is one of the biggest thing in game right now. But anyways guys, I'm signing off now, and I'll see you all in the next one. Till then, take care and bye guys.